So yeah, tell us about Battlegrounds player. Is it Player Unknown's
Yes.
Battlegrounds? Okay,
Yeah.
tell us about it.
Yeah, PUBG.
PUBG.
So, Players Unknown Battlegrounds is basically a game where they kind of combined. Well, not really combined. It's a fairly unique.
First-person shooter.
It's a first-person shooter where you wait in a lobby for 100 people to get into it, and then all 100 people are dropped onto an island, and then it goes into a Hunger Games style deathmatch.
Exactly.
On this, like, it's a pretty big island. Like, that's a giant
Is it
map.
always the same island?
It's the same island.
Oh, okay.
It's the same island, but
Do you play it or do you just watch?
I watch. I would love to play it. My computer can't handle it. I wouldn't be able to play it. But
Yeah, 100 players all on one island. They keep shrink. The thing is they keep shrinking
the map shrinks to prevent the game from going on too long. Because if you
Like
had
a border comes in.
if
like,
you had the
basically
map,
gas gets released in the outlying areas, and
Electric.
it'll electric.
it's like an electric wave.
Okay, so if you're in that area when the timer goes off, you die.
You're slowly
That
damaged
sounds
over
pretty cool.
time. And it lets the game not go on forever. Because
Yeah.
if it was that,
It
islands
takes care of camping.
Yeah, you basically have to be constantly moving towards the center of the circle, and the circle is always changing on the map. It's never going to be in the same place. Well, it will.
So
but
how long
not-
can a match like usually last?
Probably about 10 minutes.
Really? Oh.
I'd say longer.
Longer than that?
It would probably last you about maybe half an hour. That might be like a decent game. Some games can last a bit longer, but yeah, I don't think it'll ever last over 45 minutes.
So it's a very popular game for Twitch right now.
Yeah.
For Twitch
bet.
streamers. Very, very, very popular. So apparently we had a bit of an incident. Someone named Novarin_X was banned for 7 days from playing the game because the administrators of Battlegrounds accused him of screen watching via a stream, like screen watching someone, like another player
In his same
on
match?
Twitch.
In the same match as him?
Yes. So they banned him for it, and of course Navarin_X is fighting it. He said,
What?
he stated, it looks like. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I got that backwards. So, Navarin_X was one of the moderators that banned the player whose name is Loto. So Loto basically said that there's not any proof, there's not any evidence that he did this, but according to the administrators on Battlegrounds, they said that they have evidence that he's not just done it once, he's done it multiple times. So here's the question I want to ask you too. Would this really be considered cheating if someone is literally streaming their game
I don't
out
think
for the
that
masses
should be
to see?
considered streaming. Because it's...
Cheating?
I mean, yeah, sorry. No, I don't really think that is. Because it's like you're putting that out there, so...
You're kind of putting
Yeah.
yourself at a disadvantage.
Yeah. You don't have to be streaming it.
Okay. What do you think, Matt?
Actually, that would take some skill because
Yeah, doing it at the same time.
live streaming, like what
It's-
you do and what is recorded, there's like a 3-minute or like a 2-minute difference.
Yeah, it's not
So
immediate by any means.
then again, it's a fairly large game, so knowing where someone is,
Right.
they're not going to be leaving that spot for a while, especially if they're trying to, because like the whole point of the game is to make it to like the last person standing. In order to do that, you need to be moving, but you need to do it stealthily. But you also need to be looking for people around you that are also moving to the center, so that you can kill them before you get to the center. Because
Yeah.
that's when like the
And
super
also
deathmatch
make sure
happens.
you haven't been spotted and someone's coming after you.
Yeah,
and-
so there's a lot of things that you need to be focusing on. So
That would be hard. Still would be hard to do.
It's a hard thing to do. If you're willing to put in the work for it and someone is live streaming it, like, sure. But, I guess, if you're that devoted to try and kill that person.
But I can see how the people... So wait, who's the dude who banned him? Like, what is he? Is he a...
He's one of the administrators of the game. He's basically in charge of banning people.
I can see how that would be a concern for the game itself, because if people are cheating off of other people's streams, that would kind of discourage them from wanting to stream it, right? So as being a person associated with the game, you'd want it to get out there, so you
don't be a scrub.
Maybe, yeah.
Kill him.
Well, here's my view. Like, you don't have to stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you want to post videos, do that on YouTube afterwards, or even on Twitch. You can record yourself and post it afterwards.
Well, you shouldn't, like, if we're gonna go like that route, like, you shouldn't have to worry about people like camping you in a game. And, like, you're just like, well, should I even stream this? Because it's not fun for me, because I can never win, because people are always hunting me down. Which is, like, the whole point of the game is to hunt people down. But if people know where you're at, that's a completely different thing. It's like an Overwatch... was it Overwatch? Where people made it to where, like, they could see other players and, like, they would, like, know where they were.
They hacked it.
Yeah, it's like, if someone was to do that, but to give them, like, a radar to tell them when players were near them, like, that's cheating. That's broken.
That is. But... twitching something and streaming something, like, that's something that you are voluntarily doing.
Right, but, like, also, you're kind of a jerk for doing it. Like, if you're hunting someone who's streaming.
Well, sure.
Shoot, I would do it.
You're and I'd say the same, you being a punk, but, like...
Yeah. I'd do it.
But, like...
But at the same time, it's like, if someone honestly, like, if I were playing a game like that and it's like, oh, they knew I was because I was streaming, that makes sense. I'm not gonna, if I want to win, I'm not gonna stream it. If I'm gonna play casually and I don't care one way or another,
that's another.
I'll stream it.
Yeah.
Okay, how are they doing that in the first place, though? How do you watch someone stream and find out where they're playing and get into it? Like, how's that work?
What are you talking
Just
about?
look, like, seeing.
There's a map.
There's landmarks on the map too.
No. But you find, do you play the game first and then find the guy where the guy like what the guy is streaming?
I'm
or
sure.
Find the guy
Well,
streaming
I'm sure it's a multi-monitor system that they're playing with.
And what he's probably done is he probably started watching this guy on Twitch and then being like, wow, he's really good. I bet I can take him out by watching his stream, seeing where he is on the map, and then I'll jump into the game and go to that area.
So that's
you
what I'm
can't
saying.
jump
Like,
in.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. How does that work? The servers, like,
username, you know what the username is of the person. Because you're streaming the game. You're showing them, here's all of my player information.
But does it
this
not
is
like
me? This is my character
does
model.
the game not work to where it like randomly like puts players in a
Yeah, it does.
So like it just seems like wouldn't it be difficult to get into a match with them?
Servers are supposed to put the best connections together in online gaming. When you have matchmaking, that's part of matchmaking is making sure that you don't hook up someone who's in New York with someone in San Francisco, because their ping and connection to the server is going to be very high. So you probably are going to kind of fight the same regional area of players, depending on how many servers. And isn't that game still in beta, for crying out loud? Isn't it like early access or something? It has.
I think so.
Actually, it hasn't even had its official release yet. But something that they could do to help with this is, I know on PlayStation there are items like, let's say if you get a notification that someone's online and you're streaming, the game will actually censor that part, or the system will censor that part of the stream, so you don't see like people that you're friends with on your stream. I feel like if they wanted to, they could patch it so that when you are streaming the game could detect streaming on the computer and just censor out your username.
That's a lot of work
or they could just ban people.
I don't think it deserves a ban.
Yeah, I do feel like they should, if you really have strong evidence someone's doing it and that's your policy, then you send them a warning or something.
Or kick them off. Like, kick them off the server.
Kick them off that game. Yeah. People are Brazilian, though. They get kicked off and they'll come right back
But
on.
at the same time, this dude kind of just needs to, like, chill, because he's only... Didn't you say 7 days?
Yeah, it was a
Not
7-day
that big of
ban.
a deal.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, what am I gonna do with
I don't know.
Game
The game's very addictive.
I was gonna say, if
apparently.
I got banned from League of Legends, like that's really
You have withdrawal.
that's really the only video game that I like kind of constantly play, just
LOL
because
withdrawal.
of what I have. Like I don't have a console or anything else to play with, so and that's like I play with friends with that game. That's my only multiplayer game. So if that's gone, it's like, all right, well I get home from work and I just watch YouTube until I go to sleep.
Good. Well, you still have Tetris.
That's true.
I'm not gonna play Tetris for 3 hours.
You're missing out then.
Maybe you should pick up Battlegrounds
I'd love to.
on your new desktop.